Today, we're going to flip the script on all that resume advice you've heard. Seriously, we're not talking about what to add. Instead, we're going to focus on what you need to take away to make your resume pop and, finally get that callback. You know that famous quote from the fashion legend Coco Chanel? She said, before you walk out the door, you should look in the mirror and take one thing off. It's this brilliant rule for being elegant by keeping things simple. Well, today, we are applying that exact same logic to your resume.
I mean, think about it. Is your resume just over-accessorized? So many of us, and I mean so many, accidentally hurt our own chances by just including way too much stuff. We clutter it up with things that are distracting, irrelevant, or honestly, a little unprofessional. And all that noise just makes it harder for recruiters to see the good stuff, the things that actually matter.
Okay, so let's be real. You've got seconds, literally seconds, to make an impression. It doesn't matter if it's a person or one of those automated systems, they are making snap judgments. So that first glance, it has to be perfect, professional, and get right to the point.
So, what's the very first thing we're taking off? It's that generic objective statement. Oh, you know the one I'm talking about. That vague paragraph about being a hard-working team player seeking a challenging opportunity. It's so outdated. It's time to cut it for good.
I mean, just look at the difference here. A generic objective, it just wastes prime real estate on your resume and states the obvious. Of course you want the job. The modern way to do it is a single, laser-focused line that tells the employer the exact role you're after. That's it. Clean, confident, and professional.
Okay, the next thing we're ditching is anything that just looks or feels unprofessional. And this isn't just about the words you pick, it's the whole vibe, the whole presentation. Your resume is a direct reflection of you and your professional standards.
And here's a perfect example of what I mean. On the left, you see things that just scream amateur. Fancy fonts that are hard to read, or worse, an email address like cutesieepie@yahoo.com. On the right, that's the standard you're aiming for. Clean, simple fonts and a straightforward email with your name. It seems like a small detail, but trust me, it makes a huge difference.
And this one, well, this is an instant deal breaker. A typo or a grammar mistake tells an employer one thing loud and clear. You don't pay attention to detail. And if you're careless on your resume, they're going to assume you'll be careless on the job. So please, always proofread.
All right, moving on. Our next big category of cuts is all about focus. It is time to get ruthless and remove anything that isn't directly relevant to the specific job you are applying for right this second.
Seriously, think about it. If you're going for a job in IT today, does anyone care that you were an expert in Windows 95? Probably not. Cut experience that's older than 10 or 15 years, unless it's absolutely critical to your career story. And same thing for hobbies. Unless your hobby is somehow directly related to the job, just leave it off. It just adds clutter, and frankly, it can create subconscious bias you don't even know about.
So here's the crucial point. You're not just deleting things for the sake of it. You're making space for what truly matters. You want to replace all that clutter with relevant accomplishments. And by that I mean achievements you can back up with numbers, achievements that directly solve a problem that the company mentioned in their job description. Now, I want you to really listen to this next part because it's a bit of a shocker. A staggering 75% of resumes, 3 out of 4, are automatically rejected by applicant tracking systems or ATS bots. A computer rejects them before a human being ever even gets a chance to see them. They get tossed out for simple stuff, like formatting errors or missing the right keywords. So the big question is, how in the world do you get past these bots? Well, this is where a tool that's built for this exact problem can be a real game changer. And that brings me to our sponsor, mobilecv.ai, which is designed to make sure your resume is formatted perfectly to be seen by a human. So here's how it works. MobileCV.ai uses AI to take your info and turn it into an ATS-optimized resume in, like, 60 seconds. It uses these professional LaTeX templates that create a perfect layout, which is way better than a regular Word doc that can totally confuse the bots. You can even try it out with 3 free credits to start. And the best part? No monthly subscriptions. It's just there to help you get the interview. It's that simple.
All right, let's get back to our list. This next section of things to remove isn't just about looking focused. It's about protecting yourself and maintaining your professional integrity. This is a big one. Especially for resumes here in the US, you've got to remove any personal information that isn't directly tied to your professional qualifications. That means your photo, your age, your height, your weight, your marital status, all of it has to go. That stuff can lead to bias, and your resume should be about your skills, period.
Now, what about those tricky career gaps? It's important to address them, but you don't need to spill your entire life story on paper. A simple professional line like "left workforce for personal reasons" is totally fine. You can always explain more in an interview if they ask. And hey, if you spent that time freelancing or doing some self-study, absolutely put that down to fill the gap productively.
And this brings me to my final and maybe most important rule. I really cannot say this loudly enough. Do not lie. It is the single biggest mistake you can make on your resume. It is an absolute 100% deal breaker.
Look, it's just not worth it. Companies will verify your employment dates. They will check on your degrees. If you didn't finish that degree, don't say you did. If you get caught in a lie, you're not just going to lose the job offer, you could really damage your professional reputation for a long time. It is always, always better to just leave something off than to lie about it. So we've covered a ton of ground today, haven't we? The biggest takeaway I want you to have is that a powerful, modern resume is lean, it's focused, and it's professional. It's not about listing every single thing you've ever done. It's about strategically showing what's most relevant for the job you want now. So before you hit that apply button, I want you to do this simple 3-step final check. First, channel your inner Coco Chanel and remove just one more thing. I promise you'll find something. Second, read your entire resume out loud. You will be amazed at the tiny errors you catch when you hear them. And third, check it one last time against that job description to make sure you've absolutely nailed the most important points.
And that's it. So, I'll leave you with this question. After all this, what is the one thing you are going to remove from your resume today? Go on, do it now. Taking that one small step is how you start building a resume that really, truly works for you.